Hey, this is Joe from Complete Carnivore, and I just wanted to talk to you about ribeye steaks. What to look for in a steak, why the ribeye is so good, where the ribeye comes from, and all that. Here I have two great looking ribeye steaks. These are American Wagyu steaks from Snake River Farms. They're available online, and there'll be a link below in the video on where you can get them. Luckily, I live somewhere where there's you can buy them in the store occasionally. They don't have them all the time, but I think they need to clear out some inventory right now, so they're pushing some more towards the stores. But you see the marbling, these little bits of fat here, all mixed in without the meat. That is the primary thing you want to look for when you're looking at a steak. Any steak. Ribeyes are going to have more marbling than a sirloin. It's going to have more than a New York strip. Filet mignons have very little marbling, but if you're comparing two steaks side by side, you want to go with the one that has more marbling. That's going to be more flavor, more tender. And also, the other main thing I look for in a ribeye is the cap of the ribeye. It's the spinalis dorsi muscle, and I'll talk a little bit more about some of the muscles here in a bit, but it's this bit right here along the edge. Most steak lovers consider that to be the best part of the steer and the best part of the steak you can get. The further forward on the cow that the ribeye is cut from, the more cap there'll be on your steak. I got this one here. I wanted to show you this one special. Let me unwrap this and wait till you see this one. This one blows away these two, and you'll see why here in a minute. See right here, this is all cap right there. This was probably one of the first or second steaks from the front of the cow on the rib primal, which runs from the 6th rib to the 12th rib. But you can see this part right here is the longimus dorsi muscle. On this steak, it's right here. It's much smaller. This is the spinalis dorsi. It's the cap. And once again, this one, like, I don't know, a third of the steak is cap, which is pretty amazing. And this muscle right here, you only see this on like maybe the first and second ribeyes from the front of the rib primal. That is the complexus muscle. I think that might be a little bit better than that even, but there's so little of this muscle on the steer, and you only get like maybe 2 bites. But it's great as well. Some people, they don't like all this fat. They don't like as much of the fat, so they want something cut from further back, so you get a bigger longimus muscle here. It's also called the eye of the ribeye, depending on where you buy it. But if I saw all 3 of these steaks lined up in the meat case, this is the one I'd pick every time. Nothing wrong with these two. These are going to taste great. They're going to grill up just fine. They're going to be some of the best steaks you'll ever eat, but this one is on another level. So that's what I look for when I look at ribeye steaks. You want marbling, you want a good cap. I like thick. I mean, this one here, it's a little bit thicker than this one. Not too much. Just the way I like to cook them. Thicker works better for a reverse sear, and I'll talk about that in another video at some point. But those are ribeye steaks. Those are what American Wagyu ribeye steaks look like. At some point I'll compare even a choice and a prime to an American Wagyu, and you can see the difference. The American Wagyu, it's a Japanese breed of cattle crossed with an American Angus, so you get that super rich marbling that you get on a Japanese Wagyu steak. Plus you get the size, you get the growth, you get the speed to market that you get with an Angus. If these were pure Japanese Wagyu, you'd only want to eat about like this much of it, just because it's so rich. But crossing it with the Angus, you can get big American steaks like we have here. So these are ribeyes. I'm cooking them up tomorrow, and they're going to be wonderful.